Alright guys, welcome to my evening. I've got piggies chewing on my legs. I've got the baby goats that are hungry. But right now, I've got to do a little bit of show training with Tatum. Tatum, are you ready for your show training? Okay, so this is hard work. Like, I have been watching a lot of Crystal's videos. You guys that show goats are amazing people, because this is hard. Right now I'm just trying to get her used to sort of a leash. I am really supposed to bend over and hold her collar around her neck, but it's kind of hard on my back to do that so much right now. I mean, I'll do it in the show, of course, but right now it's hard. So I've got this. This is kind of my way to get her used to like leading and going around. She's pretty good. Okay. Okay. This is so hard. All right, so I decided I can't do it in the pasture because all the animals are crazy. And Kevin has his dad over right now. They're watching a basketball game on the deck. I'm just gonna walk my goat around so you can see what I'm doing. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to teach Tatum to follow me around on the leash. And so when I take her around in the show ring, she'll be able to walk normally and not fight me the whole time. It takes a lot of back and forth and everything to get her to get used to this. And she definitely does not like it. The next thing I have to do is try to set her up for show, and this is what I'm doing. I want her front legs directly under her shoulders, and then I want her back legs just a teensy bit spread out. Then I'll sort of scratch her in the middle of her back to help her settle down into the floor and get more of that dairy goat stance. She does okay. She kind of schlumps in the shoulders a little bit, and she doesn't want to stick her neck up very high, but it's pretty good for a first timer. Okay, thanks Tatum. She doesn't want anything to do with me. Hey, Winnie, Winnie, Winnie. Would you be a good show goat too? Yes, of course you would. Now I know I said that I would probably show Winnie, but then I realized, well, since I'm not gonna breed Winnie, I should probably start with Tatum, see how she does. If I get my family to help me, then maybe they can show Winnie when I'm showing Tatum. I decided to give it a shot anyway with Winnie because I just wanted to see how she was different to Tatum, and she's beautiful. Look at her. I mean, I know she comes from the line that has the leg issue, but she hasn't shown any leg issues yet. She settles down perfectly. She doesn't schlump down in the shoulders, and her withers are nice and high. She looks beautiful, but we'll have to wait till next time because I only signed up to show Tatum and Daphne for now. Hard to film this and show this. All right, come here, come here. For the babies, I'm just trying to see if they will settle down into position with me standing next to them. Most of the time, babies want to come right up to you and, you know, chew on you and get pets from you. They don't like to stand parallel to you, but they did okay. I've got to pick a better time of day to do this. Oh, I love the evenings. I guess I'll just feed them a little bit earlier, and then that way they won't be as hungry. But that's the introduction to showing. Basically what I'm trying to do is lead them around, get them used to being led, and then get them used to being kind of set up and then stay in that position, which is a lot harder than you think. But I hear that when you take them to shows, they're a little scared about what's going on, so they kind of cling to you and are less likely to go as crazy in the ring. But today's my second day, so yesterday was even worse. But it's fun. It's gonna be an interesting adventure. So my reasoning for starting with Tatum was because since I'm so new to this, I thought that she would be the easiest one. Not sure if that's gonna be true, but I thought, oh, she's the most gentle, less crazy. So that was my reasoning. We'll see if it works.
Can I get one practice shot? No. Guys, you're so mean.
I'll help you.
No! Don't do it! Don't do it, you can do it!
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today.
That's
what I'm saying. We're gonna grill meat this summer and make some sort of salad. Either a big green salad or a pasta salad or
kale Caesar salad.
On today's Kevin's Craft, Salem is helping Kevin put some watering buckets next to the feeding station. She's helping by sniffing all the chickens. It's so, yeah, saying hi to Willow. It's so nice that we can trust her out here now. A few times she'll try to chase because she sees them run and she thinks that they're gonna play with her. Uh-oh, watch out. The geese definitely don't like her. So as you guys know, for about 90 days we did what's called the fair eye training. Well, we're still doing it. But it's basically that we kept her on a leash with us for 90 days. We took her around, she did every chore with us and stayed in the house with us, just got really bonded and used to our routine. And then once we could trust her around animals, now's the transition to, okay, you can be free now, let's see what you do. It's important to let her go around now that we can trust her, because she needs to sort of sniff the perimeter and think that this is her domain. Does it work? Yes! And then that way the pig can't get into it. Perfect. She's walking all around the perimeter, checking on everything. Mostly just sniffing all the poop. She thinks I'm gonna let her down. No, you gotta come around the other way. Come on, let's go. Okay, she did her patrol.
All right.
Good girl, didn't chase anything.
Those geese are the only troublemakers.
Those are some scary geese.
You're supposed to be working together with the geese, Salem.
Oh, perfect for the shot. Good job, Luna.
So good, Luna.
Oh, good job. That'll be nice, clean water with no piggy mouths in it. Look how much she can drink.
Oh my gosh.
And after all that, Salem goes in the pond. Does that feel good?
Hard work.
It's like her own little pool.
She loves this part of the pond. We got a new bridge for the pond. The other one was falling apart. Now this one is nice and strong. So after weeks of practicing, and as we were getting closer to the actual show date, it was time to shave these two little goats down. And it's interesting because goats can get so dirty and dusty outside. You have to wash them first before you try to cut them. Otherwise, they'll dull your blade instantly. The only thing is, goats hate baths. They hate water, they hate getting wet. But it's too bad, we gotta clean them up here. So I tied Tatum to the fence, soaped her up with some livestock shampoo, and she got nice and clean, and now she can dry off, and we'll just wait a little bit until it's time to cut. Sorry, Tatum. I know. She's so mad at me. I'm sorry. We gotta shave you too, so get ready. Same goes for Daphne. We had to wash her off, get her all cleaned up. She did not like it, but that's what we gotta do. It's gotta feel good since it's so hot outside, right? She's all mad at me too now. Are you all wet? I'm sorry, it'll feel kind of good actually. And now it's time for the haircuts. I used to shave my goats every single year just because of the heat, but I haven't done it for a few years. I've just brushed them out the last few years. Today though, we're getting right back into shaving the goats, and it's so interesting to see how their fur underneath looks once you shave them. Aw, doesn't Tatum look pretty? She looks so different when she's shaved. The next up is Daphne. Babies definitely don't like to be shaved, so she did not like this new experience. But I went as fast as I could and got her shaved down, and this is the final look. We are ready to go. Well guys, we're doing something today we've never done before. Kevin and I are at a goat show. We're gonna actually show our goats. Just two of them. Are you gonna show?
Maybe.
Maybe. I don't know who's gonna show. We're just here to kind of watch and learn. And we got to meet Crystal. Crystal's out there right now showing her bucks. So we'll show you that. Guys, Crystal won. Crystal won. Can you believe that? So now that she won first place in that class, now she gets to compete for grand champion with that buck. Okay, so we've got Daphne here and we've got Tatum here. Those were the two that I was able to register. So I was wanting to show Olive, but I didn't get her registration paperwork back in time. So just these two today. We'll see how they do. All right, so we've been watching lots of different goats get shown. They finally have reached the senior does, which are the does in milk. We don't have any does in milk. We just have Tatum and Daphne, who are junior doelings. They're like babies. So we're still waiting. I got in my whole white get up here so that I can show, and yeah.
Flower boat for our.
Well guys, we've been here all day and still haven't shown yet because ours are at the very end of the day, so we're a little beat because it's like 100 degrees today. We're dying. But Crystal is doing amazing. She's right now in the ring for Best in Show with Mayo, and we're thinking that she'll probably get it. I don't know, we'll see.
Is Mayo related to any of our goats?
I don't know, I'd have to look it up. Fun times in Arizona at shows. Okay guys, our time had finally arrived and I was put in the lineup right next to Crystal so she could tell me exactly what to do. No, we were both just trying our best to focus on our little doelings and get them to stand still. The judge was kind of taking a long time to get through all of the little doelings, and so, I mean, Daphne was so good in the beginning. She just stood there like a good little girl. I didn't want to put too much pressure on her to do anything until the judge got over. But finally the judge arrived, checked her skin, checked her brisket, made sure she had just 2 teats. And then it was time to walk, and Daphne wasn't having it at all. She threw a total fit. I could barely get her to go. I was pretty much dragging her the whole way, and she was hopping like a kangaroo. Then we lined them up side by side like the judge wanted so she could watch them walk from the back. And then we tried to set them up again and get them to look good for the judge. Daphne was just very confused as to why I had brought her here. So the judge finally started to place all of the little junior doelings that were 3 months old. That's the class that we were in. And unfortunately, she put Daphne last. So, oh well, we still have Tatum. So when it was time to bring Tatum out, she did okay at first, and then she got really upset at me, did not want to stand still, started pawing at me. She did not want the judge touching her, which was so weird because she loves being touched and scratched. So I was sure that she would stand still at least for that part, but nope, it was a disaster with Tatum. And so after one last look, we got placed second to last with Tatum. But we had another ring, and so we started right up with that. In this other ring, there was a different judge, and so we get to see what this judge's opinion is. And so we started the same lineup again with Daphne, same age group of junior doelings, which was 3 months old in this group. Daphne decided to start this ring by completely flopping over on the ground, so that was fun. When we got to setting them up though, she settled in. She did pretty well. She stood there pretty still, let me, set her up and everything. She even walked a little bit better, but in the end, she got, I think, somewhere in the middle. I think she got like 4th or 5th place, which wasn't too bad, but not amazing. Now it was time for us to show Tatum again in the second ring, which means we have a whole new judge. We're going to see what she looks like in this ring. And she did great. She stood so beautiful for the judge. She let him look at her. This time she even walked better. She looked great as she walked. She was just beautiful. I just was so proud of her. They say that they don't judge the goats based off of their behavior, but it really does help to have a well-behaved goat because then the judge can actually see their body in the correct stance and not them, fighting you the whole time. So Tatum did very, very good this time, was a good little girl, stood very still for me. And believe it or not, the judge picked us as first out of about 20 different year-old doelings. So because Tatum won first in her age group or class, then it was time for her to be compared against all the other junior doelings who had won in each of their classes. So there was like a 3-month-old, you know, a 6-month-old, an 8-month-old, all of the different ages of junior doelings, ones that haven't given birth yet. And believe it or not, even though she was fighting me now all of a sudden and really horrible, she got first place. So she basically won grand champion. Okay, that was the craziest experience of my life. That was crazy. My hair is a mess. I've been sweating all day out here, and like, this is such a crazy fun experience. I'm so glad that some of the fellow goat owners here were so helpful. Like, I made all these new friends and they're so sweet to me and helped me through all the crazy. Of course, Crystal and Derek have been amazing. They've been showing us everything and have been basically holding our hands the whole time. They are amazing people. But then also Amberly of Desert Heart Dairy Goats, and a few others. Just so nice and helpful. So it's crazy that Tatum got grand champion, but I'm excited. I'm happy. So it was the very end of the day. The sun was just about to set, and now it was time for us to do the best in show. So all of the junior grand champions from the different breeds now got to be evaluated by the same judge as which one was the best junior doe in show. So we were up against a Toggenburg and a La Mancha and a Nubian and an Alpine, and after looking them all over, he chose Tatum. So Tatum won best junior doe in show. Well guys, we are done with our very first goat show and we won. I can't believe it. It kind of makes you feel better about all the home breeding plans that you've done, that they've actually like turned out and worked out for good. So Tatum is a winner and Daphne needs some work, but that's okay.
And her reward is to go back in the crate, in the car.
Yep. They're so tired of being there, but gave them lots of treats and we're headed home. Also, we get $35, Kevin, because we won best in show. And we got a really cool tote bag.
And a bowl.
And a bowl, but I can't reach it right now. So, I mean, guys, like, it's a good experience for our first time at a goat show.
Yeah, what did she want us to say again? Okay. Well, we weren't in the video much because we had to stay home and take care of the goats instead of going to the show. So we wanted to say hi.
Yeah. If you want to see, which one was, if you want to see Tatum,
sorry.
If you want to see our grand champion Tatum's birth, click
here.
Okay.
Is that good enough?
We're good.
Want to do it again?
No.